Welcome to Beyond the F, a podcast about nothing and everything all at once. I'm Kat of Glow of View.
And I'm Phil.
And these are the monotone musings of two idiot lovers.
And we're back. Welcome back. Welcome in on a Saturday.
Yeah, finally.
This is, for the record, the day that we
are supposed to record.
Always set out to record. So sometimes you get us on a Wednesday night.
Really
in
scrambling.
A silly, goofy mood.
Yeah.
After work, but today it's chill. So let's vibe check real quick, okay? We've had a great day so far. Great weekend so far.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you are as well.
Yeah.
Maybe you're listening to this on Friday and you're getting ready for Saturday. Maybe you're listening to this Saturday morning while you're doing the dishes or washing laundry or something. That's
and
like what I would do.
You're listening to us from the past.
Yes.
A week in the past.
Yeah. Don't break my brain. But anyway, we've had a great day so far. We've already gone to the grocery store.
Whole Foods, obviously.
Whole Foods. We are both hyped up on coffee.
I would say I'm at a normal amount.
I would say I've got like, we'll call it like level 3 shakes out of 10. Not like 3 or 5.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But we're getting there, you know. We'll see by the end of this episode if I'm feeling hollow. Which, by the way, would anybody know what I'm talking about?
No.
Kat did not whenever I tried to explain this to her the other day. But if I have a lot of caffeine and maybe not as much food as I should have with that amount of caffeine, I would describe myself as feeling hollow inside.
Yeah, it's because your stomach is empty. You're literally empty. You're like, literally hollow,
like,
yeah.
No, but it's like in my arms and shoulders and legs. Like,
you're over-caffeinated.
I feel like the Hollow Man or something.
Is that a Nicolas Cage movie?
That's what I was thinking. Was that
Is that really?
the Wicker Man or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
But the Hollow Man.
That sounds like something he would be in.
He's in everything though, right?
Yeah.
So speaking of someone who's in everything, he's not really in everything, but everything he's good in. Tom Cruise. We finally saw Mission Impossible last night.
Oh, I love a Mission Impossible.
The latest one, obviously. Which I've still got to go back and watch all the old ones.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I haven't seen all of them, I don't think. I missed a couple.
It feels like there's 15 of them.
Maybe.
Definitely more Fast and Furious movies, though, than there are Mission Impossible movies.
Oh, yeah. See, that's not really my thing. Like, I will watch them, and I can't say I don't enjoy them, but I'm not going to, like, go out of my way to see them necessarily. Now, Mission Impossible, love. Mm-hmm. Truly love.
And this last one, and seeing it on the big screen.
As Tom told us to do. Yeah.
As Tom intended. Yeah, it was a phenomenal experience.
Oh, it was so fun. It was great.
A good action movie, like a really true good action movie in the theater is hard to beat.
I know.
Yeah. And let me tell you, I was a little bit worried seeing that 2 hours and 45 minute runtime.
That's long, especially for an action movie.
Exactly.
I was shocked.
Yeah. But hey, it kept the pace up. It was good. It was very, very good.
I think I only checked the time like twice. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I think I had to use the bathroom like halfway through. Mm-hmm. No, I didn't. I just wanted to go get snacks. That's what it was.
Popped corn.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so that was a lot of fun. We're having a great weekend. Hopefully you are as well. What are we going to talk about today?
How to get in a better mood.
Okay, yeah.
Like when you're down.
Yeah.
And you're not having a good weekend or you're not having a good weekday. What do you do to get yourself kind of back in that high vibe mindset?
Yeah, so if you clicked play on this, maybe you're feeling a little bit down. Hopefully by the end of this episode, you're feeling a little bit less down. Because we want everybody to have that high vibe.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So things that help us get into a better mood when we're not in the best mood. Why don't you go first? Tell us what's the first thing on your list?
For me, it's definitely walking. So as a lot of people say, to get out of your mind, you need to get into your body. And like when I am in a bad state, I don't necessarily want to crack down on my yoga mat or do a full workout. But I'm like, okay, let me just put on a podcast. Maybe you're putting on this podcast.
Yeah.
Meta.
Yeah. Maybe you're walking right now.
I know, to get in a better mood. Or let me put on some music, some vibey music, and just walk around. Crank out a good 2-3K steps. That really gets me in a better mood.
That was actually my number 4, which might be shocking to you because, as you know,
I only put 3 on my list.
I don't really. Hey, I was feeling really good. I had a lot of ideas. So I don't a lot of times jump at the offer to walk.
Definitely not.
But I cannot deny when I'm feeling down or like in my head, walking, especially like walking with you, and if we get to talking and I can talk things out while we're walking, a little walk and talk.
Oh, absolutely. Walking with a buddy is the best. If you can walk with your partner, it's perfection.
But
a little walk and chat.
Yeah, even this past week, I think it was, when I was in the office, I had done some work for a few hours. I was like, you know what? I'm just feeling a little tight. Mm-hmm. Little walk around the building.
Oh, yeah.
Helped out a lot. It helped out a lot.
I know my goal is to walk like whenever I'm working on the computer or working whatever, and I'm like sitting for a really long period of time, is to walk at least like 10 minutes each hour. This never happens, but that is always the goal.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it really breaks up the work too. And honestly, it really helps me be more creative.
Yes.
You know?
Great for clearing the head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, especially if I'm walking without anything. Because I usually do listen to like a podcast when I'm walking. Mm-hmm. Keep it upbeat. But if I'm walking without anything, just listening to my own thoughts, scary. But
once you get past the scary,
it really does help the creativity flow.
I even find listening to something, I'm able to be really creative.
Oh, yeah. I think it depends on what it is. I mean, I get a lot of inspiration from either podcasts I listen to, music, obviously, like I just said, or audiobooks. Like I love, that's how I consume books. Like I'm not a reader like I'm not going to sit down and read a book. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
I haven't been into that since I was a child, but I do love to learn.
She said, grow up.
Grow up, listen to an audio. And okay, I could go on a rant about people who say, oh, that doesn't count as reading.
It does.
It literally does. Yeah. It's still reading.
Yeah. You're
consuming it differently, but it's still reading.
Yeah.
And I love listening to audiobooks. Like I need Audible to sponsor me immediately because I am their biggest fan. We
both are. I've been a member off and on since like 2013 or something like that. I mean, it's been a significant part of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you listening to anything right now? I'm going off script. You didn't know.
I didn't.
Didn't make you think about it.
No, nothing right now. I want to pick up the audiobook for Building a Second Brain by Tiago Forte. I can't remember if we've talked about that. Maybe we were able to get to that topic on the podcast, but I picked up the physical book of Building a Second Brain by Tiago Forte, which is just all about building out sort of a digital system to offload like the overload of information that's kind of in our brains day to day, and kind of build an external second brain to store all the information so you don't just forget.
I think that's brilliant.
Yeah. But again, I picked up the physical book. To your point, I also struggle with like actually carving out the time and mental energy and focus to actually physically go through the book. So, it's just kind of sitting there waiting for me to actually pick up the Audible version. So,
hey, I have a couple credits. So.
What about you? I know you're listening to something because you, number one, when you were fixing the salad the other night, you were like oohing and ahhing. And you've told me some things. So what are you listening to?
I'm listening to Ask and It Is Given, which I've never read. It is by Jerry and Esther Hicks. So it's basically, I would liken it very similar to like The Secret.
Okay. Which was really good.
Yeah. And it's very like kind of intro into the law of attraction and manifestation. So if you're into that sort of thing, or if you're curious about that sort of thing, you don't necessarily know if you're into it or not, but if you're curious about manifestation, I would definitely recommend it. I don't even think I'm like halfway through with it yet. And it's a lot of principles that I'm very familiar with, but you kind of hear it from a different perspective, and it's really good. I think you would like it.
I think I would too. I'm a proponent of, you can't just like hear something one time.
No,
you can't hear something too many times.
Sure.
Because I feel like even on the 1,000th time of hearing a certain thought or philosophy or even phrase, you're going to get something out of it.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And you can always, like, even if you're reading the same book, you can kind of like interpret it in a different way each time.
Yeah.
You can just find more out, you know?
Yeah,
and
for
just
sure.
see it from a different perspective.
Well, especially if you say read it in 2020 and then you go back to it in 2023, like a lot of stuff could have happened since then. You have new life perspective, new experiences that kind of reframe what those things are. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of like listening to something multiple times. And you're also, I know you'd started The Artist's Way and you're liking that a lot too.
I liked it a lot. And see, I've listened to it on Audible for like a couple of hours, but I think I already need to go back to the beginning because it's just so much information and it's great, but I haven't even gotten into like the practice of it yet. So it's just basically like really long like intro. And I honestly want us to do it together. I think that would be really good, which we can't do our artist date together. Apparently we have to do it separately, which we'll see about that. We're
bending those rules.
We'll see about that. But I feel like we need to read it together. I feel like doing it together is better than not doing it at all.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll read it again and I'll do it alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it would motivate me more to do it together initially, I think.
Okay, cool. Well, since you kind of threw out two, I'll throw out one more. It's also by Tiago Forte, and I'll throw this one out because it just came out, I think, earlier last week, his second book called The Para Method, P-A-R-A. So building a second brain is a lot more conceptual. Like here's why you need to do it. He talks a lot about his own experiences with memory and with taking notes, and a lot of that is like narrative. Whereas this new book that it came out with, The Para Method, for anyone who's interested in sort of building out like a digital system, it is very actionable, and and he goes through sort of step by step how to set up like your file structure on your computer to make everything organized, but also make it really accessible really quickly.
So the first one is like more broad.
Yes, very high level.
And this one is kind of like getting into the nitty gritty.
Exactly.
Like how to do
this
it.
One's like step by step.
That's cool.
Yeah. And kind of similarly to, I would say, how Harv Eker's, what was that? The Millionaire Mindset or something?
Oh, yeah.
I would say that was very like conceptual, high level, like here's the importance of it, not very actionable,
right.
But then like, I'll teach you to be rich, by, Ramit. I can't remember his last name. He just always calls himself Ramit.
Yeah. I love him.
Yeah.
Which I still haven't finished that book.
It's great. And that one is a lot of the same concepts, but it's like step by step. Here are the things that you need to do.
Very specific.
Exactly. So I would say it's very similar to that. He went from sort of real high level concept to actionable step by step. Here's what to do. So anyway, there's your two Tiago Forte plugs.
Love that.
Interesting. Great little segue there.
Oh yeah.
Like
little
that.
sidebar. Okay. Let's get back on track. What's yours?
Wait, what were we even talking about?
How to get in a better mood. Yeah, so mine, walking, especially like with audiobook or podcast, music, etc.
Okay, so mine is cleaning, organizing, or rearranging my space.
Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes I think that maybe they're connected, right? So disorganized space can really sort of affect you mentally.
Definitely affects
emotionally.
me.
Yeah,
yes.
it does. I would say it affects you more than it does me.
Oh, definitely.
But even if it's not connected, I feel like whenever I sort of get down, one way that can sort of get me out of that is to then go organizing. Obviously, the organized, clean space in the end, like the result helps sort of clear the mind. But I like the act of it as well. So because that's kind of like you with walking, that's a time that I'll like throw on a podcast or an audiobook and just sort of go through like things on my desk, or maybe I'll change the position of my desk in my room, things like that. And I've just always been that way. dating back to, being sort of like a teenager, I've always enjoyed like rearranging my room every few months and
just a different vibe.
Yeah, and like clearing out old books that I haven't read in a long time, taking them to Goodwill or like Second and Charles or something like that. I've always sort of cycled through things. I'm kind of going through a phase right now where like a lot of older tech that I've sort of accumulated over the years, I'm like selling it on eBay, and that's sort of
good to purge.
Yeah, it's kind of every few months I kind of go through that ritual of sort of clearing out some things that I've tried and maybe don't use as much anymore. And yeah, so cleaning, organizing / rearranging.
I love that. My next one would be like meditation. And so this is one, I would say walking is one that I do when I want to like get out of my head. But meditation, specifically through To Be Magnetic, is what I do when I want to kind of get more into my head and like into my feelings and like explore, okay, why am I feeling down? Why am I feeling like this? I'll go through the course, and I often pair these together. Like first I may go on a walk, and then once I'm kind of already in a better space, I'll do like a little meditation to kind of kick it up a notch. But yeah, I think it really helps.
Yeah, I mean, you've gotten me into meditating a little bit more than I used to.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I've always sort of struggled with, and
me too.
I want to sort of break through that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
because I can see the benefits.
Oh yeah, like I did one last week. It was the best one I have ever done. Do you remember that? That was the night that we recorded the last podcast.
Yeah.
I was like literally high on life after I did that, because when I was doing and they call it deep imaginings, but it's basically like a meditation is what I would say it is.
Okay.
But it's a guided meditation.
Oh, so you're like listening to something?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So she's taking you through it, and you're kind of exploring these feelings. I was bawling. I was bawling, crying. And I would not say that I'm generally a crier.
Not
would you agree?
Generally. No.
Now I cry basically every day if I see something cute on TikTok. Like I'll cry in that way.
Yeah.
I'll cry at how cute our cats are, things like that. But just like emotional, like bawling my eyes out, like that's
like an emotional purger. I don't see you as a crier.
No, that happens. I would say like maybe a few times a year.
You're a trigger crier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. I would say I honestly cry more just naturally when I'm more frustrated than like sad. But this was just like everything was coming out. Like I don't even know what I was feeling, but the meditation was so good. It was great. I was in the best mood.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree. I also feel like you're a sympathetic crier.
Oh,
if you see somebody else cry.
I'm like a sympathetic anything. Yeah. And please don't throw up in front of me because I'm done. Like I want to gag right now. Just
you're so empathetic, but yeah, throwing up too.
Yeah, and if anyone's crying, even on TV, like if someone's crying, I'm I'm done.
Oh yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah. Ted Lasso started crying last night, and I look over and you're leaking a little bit.
Excuse me.
So my next one is, and I'm not talking about my daily shower, okay? But taking a shower.
That's my next one.
Yeah.
That's my next one.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But if I'm feeling a little stressed out or dealing with anxiety, or again, if I'm just in my head, like just going to take a shower. If it's
absolutely. You know that's mine too.
Yeah.
I'm always like, okay, I gotta go take a shower. I gotta take a shower.
and again, it's like, okay, obviously I take one every day and I do some form of like face cleansing, but like if I'm feeling stressed out, to me there's nothing better than like taking a shower and then getting out, and that new face little machine thing that you gave me.
Oh yeah, I don't even know.
I think I referenced it maybe last episode or a couple of episodes ago, but like that to me is so relaxing.
Really?
It's just one of the, I don't even know what to call it.
I don't remember what brand it is.
I don't either, but you just like click the button and it spins around.
Like Clarisonic adjacent.
Okay. Yeah. So a little moisturizer.
Well, that's cool.
Or a cleanser, and then, kind of scrub that around.
Do you know what an everything shower is? Do you guys know what that is? No. So day to day, you have your normal shower. Like, maybe you're washing your hair. You're definitely washing your body. You might be shaving your legs. But your everything shower.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Is like what you do once a week, maybe. Maybe it's like a Sunday night, but it's like more ritualistic. You're like getting in there. You're dry brushing. You're doing that wooden thing to get rid of cellulite. You're exfoliating more than you normally would. Maybe you're doing a hair mask. You're doing a deep conditioner. You're shaving everything.
Huh.
Yeah,
no,
you're
I've
definitely
never
washing your hair.
Yeah.
It's intense. Maybe you're tanning.
Right. Yeah.
Afterwards,
no, I would say like my daily
moisturizing.
shower is very functional. Like I'm in, I'm out. There's no ritual to it. And that's I would say like sets this apart is like I'm really
You're kind of taking your time.
taking
You're
my
thinking.
time. But that's what all it is.
Oh,
It's just like giving me a sort of calm, steamy space to think.
I feel like, and in a lot of like meditations or even in like just spiritual teachings, taking a bath or taking a shower is very symbolic because you're like washing away all that was like triggering you. So yeah, it really is.
I think I could also see the benefit of something like aromatic in there. I don't do that, and I'm very sensitive to aromas.
Same.
But I feel like if it was something maybe minty or like pepperminty or something.
Eucalyptus is supposed to be really good, but cats aren't supposed to be around it. Yeah. Womp womp. But yeah, that would make it a very like spa-like experience for sure. And it's very aesthetic. Like I love the bitches when they have it on Instagram. I'm like, that looks so chic.
So what is it though?
It's a plant.
Oh, they had the actual plant?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just and stick it up there.
Wait, what? You just cut off a little leaf or something and actually put it in
it's
the,
like a
it's
not
branch?
small, yeah, it's a branch.
And you just like put it in the shower?
Yeah.
You're blowing my mind right now.
I know. I'll have to show you an example.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, that was my third one too. But especially for me, I feel like I don't know how often men wash their hair. But ladies,
every other day for me.
For you. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much an every other day kind of gal myself. I'm not one of these girls who
like once a week.
Who wants to be once a week. Like, I'm sorry. And this is why. Because I feel like your hair holds so much, literally. Like, it can get pretty gross up there. You know? Just from, especially like whatever I'm putting on my face, I can just feel it going into my hair. You know what I mean? So not even necessarily what was on my hair, but like from my face, like sunscreen and makeup, and I just can just feel it accumulating. Yeah. But also, if I'm washing my hair once a week, I'm not washing out those vibes. Like I need to recharge at least every other day. We're getting a new vibe, and I feel like my hair just looks better when I wash it more often. And it's just not a vibe for me. Like, I'm not a dry shampoo girl. Right. I don't think it's the best for you. Oh. Really? Spicy. Hot take. Yeah, I don't think it's great. So, yeah, just not my vibe. I like to wash my hair. Yeah. And that gets me in a better mindset, too.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I was every other day even when I had longer hair. Like, it was below my shoulders, and I was every other day. Like, I feel like for me, that's, like, a good amount of time before it starts to look...
Yeah.
Gabriel-like.
Well, I think it's very like dependent on your hair type too.
Right. Yeah. I mean, everybody's body's different.
Yeah. Do what you need to do. But if you're not really noticing a difference in your hair health by going longer without washing your hair, maybe, wash them more often. Because you might just feel better in general about life. Yeah. Less stressed. Yeah. Like, nothing makes me feel like, oh, I am reborn than like everything shower, I've washed my hair. I'm like, I'm a brand new bitch. Yeah. I was a different bitch before I got in the shower. Yeah. Yes, I'm good to go now.
You're new. Yeah. That's awesome. I do have one more down here.
Okay. I'm out.
Because this one isn't necessarily, I feel like these other things are things that you can just like go do to make yourself to give you a little pick me up. Yeah. So this is, I don't really control it. You control it. But when you go get your nails done and I go with you, I love the massage chairs in the waiting area.
We could just buy one. You ever thought about that? It wouldn't be special. Am I blowing your mind right now? I'm blowing your mind right now. Like you could have that
I
experience.
could just have that experience all the time. But then, yeah, would it?
No, it's not
be?
as special. I get that. Sometimes you want to like look forward to things because if you have access to it all the time, it's just, are you going to even do it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so it's not like I go to the nail salon down, but it's just a good pick me up. Like,
You're sad you have to drive me?
No, but like, yeah. And I'll tell you what, this last time that you went in there, it was like extra cool in there. And
the nail salon's a vibe.
They have a little like fountain, a little,
very tranquil.
it's not a fish. It's not an aquarium. It's like a little waterfall behind some glass.
That's a vibe.
I did fall asleep. Yeah.
That does not surprise me at all.
Yeah, I did fall asleep.
Couldn't be me, but that doesn't surprise me.
I love that. Okay, that was all on your list?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about some grocery store stuff.
Grocery store staples.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Very specific.
Yeah, see you in a second. All right, welcome back in. Kat's finished her coffee.
It was delicious. Tell them what we got.
We got twin drinks.
We did. This is very rare.
Just strawberry vanilla latte.
And I got it full sweet today. I was feeling the vibe.
We got full vanilla.
Full strawberry.
We got
whatever. Is that
full strawberry?
Is that
it does actually have real strawberries in it, because when I went by the other night and asked if it was available, they said that they had run out of strawberries. So that's a good sign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So are they using real strawberries to make like a syrup to go in there, I'm guessing?
Yeah. Unless it was the verbiage that they used was that, and I didn't dig a little bit deeper. Turns out it was just syrup, and they're just out of syrup.
That's what I'm thinking.
I definitely don't see a little strawberry.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm looking at it, and yeah, I don't see any floaties.
I failed on the investigation there. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm just using my brain to think about it.
Anyway, it was phenomenal, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a summer special, I think.
A special to me. I am ready for those autumnal specials.
You love the autumnals.
I do.
Yeah.
From every coffee place.
This will be our first Birmingham autumnal season.
Yeah, and it's going to be a full sugar season for me.
You're getting hyped.
Yeah. Okay.
Grocery store staples. You hit me with this one this morning. Mm-hmm. I'm excited to talk about it.
Okay. Well, you go first.
Oh, okay. So, this is like what we're going to come away with every single week from the grocery store, right? Or like if we're going to a grocery store, this is what we're coming away with.
Yeah. And how many did you write? Like 15? I wrote 3. Let's do 3
I wrote
each.
categories.
I
wrote 3 categories.
Okay.
So like for our dinners every week, our meat selection. Here we go. And he said to bring brands and everything. So
yeah,
I've got them.
Specific. So
we will always get a pound of Nature's Rancher organic beef, specifically 85-15, sometimes 95.5, but most of the time 85-15. Kat didn't know this for the longest time because she says she prefers 95.5. But I got in 85-15 one time, and she's like, "This is it." So that's what I keep getting. We also will always come away with a Whole Foods organic air chilled chicken package. Now, this will either be wings or drumsticks. Currently, we overdid the breasts. I also don't think I'd cook breasts that well. Like a boneless chicken breast. It's so dry.
I was going to say breast.
And yeah, the thighs, the last time you were kind of over that too. So
I'm very picky about chicken. Like, I love chicken, but I feel like I definitely prefer like a grilled chicken. Mm-hmm. So if I'm going to eat a breast or anything like that, like I want it grilled. Obviously, we don't have access to a grill here.
Yeah. Well, we technically do, but we don't want to go out there and
I don't want to
use the communal grill.
Exactly. Like, it's not the vibe for me. There's probably other people out there. I don't want to talk to them. So it's just not the vibe all the way around.
And then we also will get the Publix. I think it's the Greenwise Publix frozen wild caught salmon. That's our salmon of choice.
But so sometimes we avoid eating it.
You
have to be in a fish mood.
Yeah. I love salmon though. You like salmon.
Yeah, I don't love salmon.
And we cook all the chicken and all of our fish in the air fryer. We have a really good air fryer.
Oh yeah, it's cute too.
It's very cute. I can't remember what the name brand is.
I can't either.
It's not Cuisinart, is it?
I really don't know.
I can't remember, but yeah,
I'll report back.
It's great.
You didn't mention Roti Chick.
Oh yeah, we also get organic Whole Foods rotisserie chicken.
Oh, this is my favorite lunch.
It's really, really good for lunch.
Oh, it's great.
Well, I'll pull it off the bone and you'll make like a chicken salad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'll do it in like
mayo and mustard.
Mayo, mustard, green onions, little salt and pepper, little garlic powder.
Very simple, but very good.
Very simple, but very good. Yeah, and you eat it with crackers. Yeah. Typically, or chips, and then I'll do
Simple Mills crackers or something.
Yeah, I'll do it with like some romaine lettuce leaves. Delish.
Good call.
Okay, my turn. Mm-hmm. Well, you know my obsession.
Oh, yeah.
My new obsession, this is the era that I'm in. I'm hoping it never ends. And it is white sweet potatoes, specifically from Whole Foods. Mm-hmm. If you haven't tried a white sweet potato, you have not lived.
We just discovered this maybe a month ago.
And I'm addicted to them. I swear I'm addicted to them. Like, I require them.
Yeah, every week.
Like, I would rather have them. And I am a potato lover. Mm-hmm. I feel like you have potato people and you have people who just aren't potato people. I am a potato person. Like, any form of potatoes, count me in. I love French fries, mashed potatoes, baked potato, anything except for a tater tot. That's the only line that I will draw.
Yeah, I love a tater tot. Also, Whole Foods mashed potatoes.
I don't like tater tot culture.
Whole Foods deli mashed potatoes. Oh my God.
Oh, those bang.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about what's in them, but they are for like we did them for Easter this year, right?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I think so.
Because we didn't want to cook, so we just picked up a bunch of shit from there, and it was perfect. But these white sweet potatoes, oh my God, you have to try them. Because I can't say that I am a sweet potato lover. Like, I eat them. We do them occasionally for, nutrition. Yeah. Obviously. But I'm not like, oh my God, I want a sweet potato. But these white sweet potatoes, I'm like, yeah, like I need that in my life.
Can you
demand it, actually?
Compared to a normal sweet potato, what is like the flavor profile?
I would say it's literally the perfect mix between a regular potato and a sweet potato. Yeah. Like, there is that sweetness. Yeah.
But it's about half as sweet as a sweet potato.
Yeah. And visually, I like it better because it's not like bright orange. Definitely more aesthetic. Yeah. Definitely more of a vibe. Like, if you cut into it, would you even really be able to tell that it was not a regular potato?
Just from the texture, it's because if you can sort of picture the texture difference between a normal and a sweet potato.
Sweet potato is much more like mushy.
Yeah, and almost soft. Like fluffy in a way. Mm-hmm. Whereas a sweet potato is kind of dense. We're talking about like once you bake it. Yeah. Right.
We're not cracking them open.
I don't know. Would it be like it's so starchy? It's like it's.
You're talking about a regular potato.
No. I'm talking about a sweet potato.
Oh.
So like the after you bake it, it's kind of like sticky in a way. You know?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was mushy.
Yeah.
And like soft. Mm-hmm. But like a regular potato is more like powdery.
Okay. Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like drier.
I misunderstood you. Yeah, for sure. A regular potato is drier, fluffier.
Yeah.
And a sweet potato is kind of denser.
And I would say the white sweet potato is more like a regular potato.
Yeah. It's still a little stickier.
You throw a bunch of butter in that thing. Oh, yeah. It's an experience. And if you've tried them and you don't like them, you didn't put enough butter.
Keep going back to the butter.
Put the butter. Yeah. Do some salt. Do maybe some green onions. Mm-hmm. I haven't tried like cheese or anything in them. I don't know if that would be the way to go. It's too weird. It's too sweet.
It's a little too sweet for that. There's a little hint of sweetness, I think.
I feel like I could be into it.
I don't know. Not for me. But whenever I put them in the cart today, I had like 2 people come up asking me, oh my God, like what are they like? It's almost like a lot of people were afraid to try them. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, my wife.
Obsessed.
She's addicted to
like
them.
the main reason we're at Whole Foods right now is because of these bitches.
Yeah, don't come away empty-handed.
No, it's so good.
Yeah, no, that's we can't understate that's her obsession right now.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to the grocery store, I'm coming away with some drinks. This is another very new addition, but I don't see it going away. Organic Whole Foods mocha ground coffee, or I guess ground coffee beans. I'm so new to this, I don't know what to call it.
I'll just say coffee.
Yeah, but it's not like already brewed or something, you know?
Oh, yeah. It's like the grounds.
Yeah, the grounds.
They know what coffee is.
Yeah, I'm new to this. Like we said.
Like you said.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Really good.
It's amazing. It is the most pleasant at-home coffee experience I've ever had. And I've been drinking iced coffee at home for the better part of 10 years. So
I haven't. I keep
delish.
trying. I keep trying to make it work. I haven't been able to so far. Like I've done what you have done for many years. You'll get like the Starbucks blonde roast. I don't know what to call those. I've also gotten like the La Colombe cold brews, stuff like that. The Bizzies. I just can't make those work. But this, I don't know, the flavor profile is so good, and just a little bit of half and half. 3 splashes of Truvia liquid stevia, and
see,
off to the races for me.
I don't even add like sweetener or anything. I just add milk, and I am good to go. Like it's amazing.
Honestly, if we just kept some ice in the freezer, like add that in there. Poof,
I want a Pebble ice maker so bad.
Oh, we should look into that.
Yeah. They're pricey, but I think it would be worth it.
Do they just like sit on the counter?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not like something you have to install in the freezer? Or
no.
Okay.
Just sits on the counter.
Oh, okay.
It's like an appliance.
Yeah. And then a lot of times I will come away with a like a sugar-free drink situation. So I'm a fan of like Spindrifts, Zevias, and like Bubblies. So
Buble.
something like that.
I also wanted to do drinks. So mine is like juices.
Yes,
like I know
she's a juice
people like vilify juices, but I love juices.
Get off the juices back.
Yeah,
Let
people
them
are
be
so
there.
scared of fruit, especially juice, because it's lacking the fiber, which I
And
get.
it's so sugary.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like
okay, now you're part of the
naturally
problem. Now you're part of the problem. But I love like the cold pressed juice from Whole Foods. Is this sponsored by Whole Foods? I wish. But I love the beet juice.
Seriously.
Have you tried the beet juice?
You've given me the beet juice, right?
I don't know.
All
I
the
always
juice
tried it.
that I really consume, you like pour in a glass and hand.
I'm like, here, you need some nutrition.
It's the red one, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's a purpley red. It's really, really good.
I feel like, have you gotten like what is it called? The Arden Farms or whatever beet juice in the past? I feel like you've gotten some beet juice in the past that wasn't nearly this good. Like back when we lived in Dothan.
Maybe. I don't really remember getting beet juice.
And I wasn't really into it there. It was a little too rooty. Whatever this Whole Foods beet juice is, it's got some like...
Well, because it has,
in it.
additional ingredients. It's not just beet. I think it has carrots and oranges in it. So it like changes the flavor.
The carrots
it's
really
a little...
sweeten it up.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Makes it a little sweeter. Highly recommend. And then I always get like a green juice. So the ones that I've been getting, I think it's like Urban Greens is one I get, and then green lemonade.
Yeah.
So I kind of switch back and forth. And they have like an orange juice that's really
that's what I was about
good.
to say. You gave me
And a mango one is like the new one we've gotten. It's like, you've tried it. So you know that it's good. It's like mango, orange, and like coconut water, I think.
Okay.
You loved it.
What would you say how good would it be to maybe around the holidays take the orange juice, the Whole Foods orange juice, and put a little champagne in it?
Oh, it'd be great. That would be
because they taste so so fresh and natural.
Yeah, that would be a spectacular mimosa.
A little dry brute or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Delish.
Yeah. I've got a fruit section.
You really got into this. I love it.
If you give me a task, I'm brainstorming, right?
Okay.
I'm in the shower. This is what I'm thinking about. You've gotten me into organic fruit.
Why did you say it like you're so disappointed? Because
I've never been this way, and then you got me. Obviously, you pulled me in.
Mm-hmm. Organic tastes better. I'm sorry. Is it a shame?
You have to watch out. You do have to watch out, like on the third day, for some bad stuff. Because
you got to consume everything very quickly,
but and some of this is stuff that you get, but like as a household, this is like what we'll come away with. But blueberries, blackberries. I like raspberries. You don't really go for raspberries.
They're too tricky.
Yeah, you gotta watch out. It's like, is that normal fuzz?
Yeah.
Or is that not normal fuzz?
And I don't love the taste. I gotta be honest. I think they're pretty. They're the prettiest berry.
All right, little tangent here. Do you remember that time that you made me some sort of salad or something for work, and there had strawberries in there, right?
Yes, I think it was just strawberries.
Oh no, yeah, okay, yeah. You like prepared me a little fruit bowl.
Yeah. And that was nice of me.
It was. Thank you.
That sounds uncharacteristic.
But it had strawberries in it. And I didn't know that you also put like chia seeds in it.
Yes, I was trying to give you some fiber.
And I thought that the strawberries had turned bad. I was like Googling things before I reached out to ask.
I've never laughed so hard. That was amazing. Yeah, I love that.
But anyway, I do like some strawberries as well. My new thing is it's muscadine grape season. Mm-hmm. Which is really taking me back to like my Southern kid vibes at my grandmother's house with that natural.
Same.
We call them scuplins.
Yeah.
They're also called like scupernongs and stuff. There's
all growing like
it's a muscadine grape.
Vine.
But yeah, like a seeded grape. We had this discussion. I don't eat the peeling. Mm-hmm. You're like, I don't know why you couldn't. And I admit
thick. It is very thick.
It's thick, but I admit, I mean, I eat the grape peeling. I don't know if there's anything health-wise wrong.
Yeah, is it like toxic?
I mean, I hope not. I'm like putting the whole thing in my mouth and like extracting the grape out of it.
Well, I was just like, this is a lot of trouble. Like I ate one the other night and I was like,
I mean, I don't feel like I'm any weaker. Like, I've been consuming some poison or something. I don't know.
Maybe. We gotta look this up.
Yeah.
Okay. And my last one is Olipop.
Yeah. You're an Olipop fiend.
I love Olipop because I am a soda girly. And I always will be.
Yeah. And you have really curtailed your soda intake a lot over the past few months.
Definitely.
But you've been into Olipops for a while now.
Oh, yeah. I've been into Olipops even when I was drinking regular soda somewhat regularly.
Well, am I misremembering? Was that sort of a pandemic find?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's when I really remember you getting into them.
Well, that's because I finally started like carrying them.
Yeah.
A dozen.
What are your go-to flavors though?
I love lemon lime. It's so good, and I feel like it. Similar to Sprite. It's just very like we'll go with anything.
If I'm ever rolling the cart around, I'm casually walking across the aisles, and I'll turn around and you're not there. I'm like, oh, there must be a lemon lime. She must have seen a lemon lime Olipop.
I had to go grab it.
She'll sneak away.
I had to go grab it.
It's not even sneak away. It's just like you dart toward it, and I just
no, they're really, really good. I also like the ginger. I don't get this one as much, but every now and then I'm in the mood for. I think it's a ginger lemon. Really good.
I think so. Yeah.
Really, really good.
What about the one that I recently got you from Target? I think it's like Target's the only place that carries it.
Yeah, Whole Foods doesn't have it. Was it cherry cola?
Yeah, it's just cherry cola.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Oh, it was fantastic. Yeah, that was the other one on my list. I love that one. And the banana. But I feel like the banana one has to be the certain vibe. Like I'm not just cracking into the banana.
That's like for a snack or
it's like a dessert vibe. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But highly recommend. It's a good source of fiber. And I don't think they have like cane sugar or anything in them. So a much better alternative to a real soda, obviously.
Yeah, that's great.
And they're great.
That's great. Yeah. I don't love them, but you also don't love any of my sodas.
Oh, so. I hate everything that you get.
Yeah.
So.
Can't make the Spindrifts work. And everything else, you joke that it tastes like a memory of a flavor.
A memory of a fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like someone whispered the name of a fruit in the opposite room.
Strawberry.
Yeah. It's like, wait, what was that? Was that a ghost?
So we love Whole Foods.
Obviously.
Again, we're not sponsored yet.
We want to be.
I mean, hey, go for it.
Yeah.
But
We
I
love
would say
Publix,
Whole
too.
Foods is the one here in town. Good vibes, right?
Immaculate vibes.
Like we go in there.
Except, Sunday.
Certain times though.
yeah. It
Sunday
depends when you go.
nights. Sunday nights.
Oh, Sunday night is bleak. Sunday night is
It's
dark.
Bleak House in there.
Yeah, everything is like ravaged. It's picked over. It's like post-apocalyptic.
There's like
horrible.
There's like a tumbleweed like flying across the ground. It's
crazy.
odd. But in general though, like a Whole Foods vibe is pretty high. Like you could go in there feeling kind of down, and that is actually works as a pick me up, right?
Oh yeah, I love grocery shopping. I know it's weird to say, but
We both
love
do.
it.
We both do.
Yeah.
I worked at a Publix when I was in college. So like I really learned to appreciate the good vibes of a store, specifically of a grocery store. So what would you say kind of goes into bringing up the vibes in a grocery store?
well, didn't you write down the elements? What were your elements?
I did. Okay, so here's and I would love to see if anyone relates to this.
Well, bring up each element. We can just expand.
Okay,
on them.
first one I've got is lighting.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now this can go either way, okay? Because when I first wrote it down, I was thinking I want it to kind of be bright in there. Like I don't want it to feel dingy or like dungeony.
Yeah.
However, we can go the opposite way. If it's too bright in there, and it's like too artificial, like too fluorescent,
Kinda like
that also kills the vibe.
Is it like a Walmart is super bright?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to be this right balance, and some like vibey can lights that will also. It doesn't have to be super bright,
Mm-hmm.
but like the lighting situation is very inviting, just very like welcoming and kind of like cool, you know.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I can't visualize Fresh Market's lighting, but I feel like I like it when I'm in
So
there.
Fresh Market is a great example of it's dark,
Mm-hmm.
but it's vibey.
Right. Yeah.
And it really fits the aesthetic that they've got in there, especially with like the classical music playing.
Mm-hmm. It feels very curated. Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely
and
vibe.
like there's a lot of like wood, like the enclosures for the cash register. It feels kind of European, you know. So yeah, it's kind of very very moody in a good way.
Did you mention scents on your list?
No, that's a good point though.
Yeah, and that's another one in Fresh Market's favor.
Yes,
Smells so good.
In ours, you go in and you pretty much immediately, there's like that curated candy coffee area.
That's so smart.
And
You've got me hooked.
I mean, it's immediate, like the chemicals in your blood.
We've got to get coffee from there.
We do.
That would be great.
Which hilariously, we've been in town, like 6 months, and we just discovered that our Whole Foods, you can get coffee, iced coffee.
That's funny.
You were literally theorizing, like, they should have,
And
Whole
apparently
Foods should
they
have it on coffee.
Have the whole
And they're
time.
like, we do. And there's a
Hello.
sign on the literal wall
Literally
that says drinks.
Yeah. We're just
and just last week,
very
we were
unobservant,
next
I
to it
guess.
getting a cookie.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
That's funny.
Definitely. So here's the thing though. Sprouts doesn't have great lighting. Going back to it, it's a little fluorescent in there.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes the vibe in Sprouts can be off a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'll segue this into another thing that adds to the vibe is what I would call the employee morale.
Sure.
What are the vibes and energy coming off of the employees? Mm-hmm. Sometimes Sprouts can be a little off.
Yeah.
Because I love the selection in there. I love the kinds of things that you can get at Sprouts. You can pretty much, whether that's certain flavors of drinks, whether that's just certain selection of like gluten-free foods and things like that. It is really special. But sometimes the vibe checks
Yeah.
pretty off in there. Like,
Right. Yeah.
I don't know that I've
agree.
ever had a normal
Like positive
interaction
experience. Yeah.
at the cash register.
So true.
Something's also always a little off.
Yeah. It's very weird. I agree.
But yeah, so lighting and customer, or not customer, but employee vibes a little off in there. Again, that's another thing in a lot of Publix's favors and the Whole Foods favor and Fresh Market. Like good vibes off of the employees, good lighting. Another thing would be like the employee, or not, I've mixed it up. The customer morale. Like what vibes are you getting off of the other people that are in there?
Yeah. Are you excited to be there? That's why I feel like most people are pretty giddy to be in Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Like it's like an experience.
Yeah.
You know?
Like they're walking in with a pep in their step.
Exactly.
They're
like
at the checkout line.
Excited to spend $60 on fruit.
Yeah. I was about to say, you put that stuff on the belt, you're about to drop $250.
Yeah, exactly.
And you got 3 nights worth of dinner.
Right.
But some stores, the vibes off of the other customers is kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what you're bringing in.
Should we get specific?
Okay.
Which store we're talking
All right, let's just go ahead and go there.
Okay.
I feel like at this point, Kat can talk about it because
I don't know.
she
It's too soon.
she did have to go through some things mentally. She probably took an everything shower or whatever it's called after this experience. But there's a specific Publix here in town.
Yeah. Not the vibe. I would say the antithesis of the vibe.
Should I be better than this? Should I not even name?
Don't say it. Don't say it. But yeah.
There's a specific one though, and she called it right off the bat when we first moved into town. It was actually the first Publix I went in, and I was like, oh, it's not too bad. I mean, it's kind of small. There's not a whole lot of selection in there, but I didn't really clock anything being off. First time she was in there, she was like, I don't like this Publix. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And there's like 4 other Publixes that we go to. And she's like, I love this. Love this. There's a Greenwise Publix.
Oh, that's the best.
That you want to talk about a vibe. Now, we did learn that they're like overhauling it, turning it into a regular Publix because people are complaining about, no, you can't get certain things.
Go to the other Publix.
Go to the 8 other Publixes.
Yes. Can we have anything?
Like, it's so cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, this one specific Publix though. The best way I can think to describe the atmosphere in there is I think about it being like 1999 and going into Kmart.
Yes. Very
Feels
much
dead.
Kmart
stale.
energy. Definitely stale. And it was like really hot when we were in there. I was like, is the air conditioner broken? Because usually one of the things about grocery stores, they're usually really cold.
It's really cold. And I would not even go as far to say that it was hot in there. It was just warmer than it should be. Because I feel like you would know if like the AC was broken.
Yeah.
Especially on like how hot it was outside. But it just felt like the AC was struggling to keep up with the heat. And it just felt normal in there. And I didn't really notice it until you said something. And then after that, I was like, yeah, it just feels normal in here. And that's why, like, yeah, in the atmosphere, it just feels like Kmart. It's just kind of stale and quiet. The people, like,
no
are we in a simulation in here? Like, that's kind of got a semi vibe.
Maybe that's why I don't like it. Yeah,
her worst fears come to life.
Yeah, no, I will do anything to try to not go in there. Like, I was immediately sad when I realized that we were going.
Because this is not a new revelation. Again, we've been in town 6 months, and in the first week, really made her feelings known, right? So I try, for the most part, to accommodate. Sometimes I'm like, hey, we just got to, like, power through it. We weren't intending to go to that Publix. We had to go to the UPS store. And
now we've revealed. Well, not really. It could be one of two.
There's several Publixes with UPS stores.
All right.
So we had to go there, and then one thing led to another, and we had to go into Publix, and it was too hot for me to leave you in the car.
I'm like a dog.
It was just so hot outside. So you went in.
I was forced
y'all,
to.
I am not lying to you when I would say any hint of a smile left her face the moment we stepped.
I told you, I have no personality in that Publix.
Quiet. She was silent.
I can't be myself in that Publix.
It was immediate. And it lingered. Which I think is funny because I think one of the songs in there was like you had to let it linger or something like that.
Well, it was lingering.
And the anti vibes was lingering off of you. We had to get like 2 miles down the road, and then it clicked back on finally. But yeah, it's an adventure in there. Just a couple other things real quick that I'll throw out is the temperature, which we talked about. It needs to be borderline like uncomfortable.
I
Take a sweater.
Absolutely. I want my teeth to be chattering, and they often are.
Yeah.
So that's what I need from a grocery store.
And then here's one that is sometimes not readily apparent, but the layout of the store. I feel like the layout of the store can really sell you on it, or really you're out. You're out immediately.
It's a vibe.
The layout of the Target in Dothan
Perfect.
is incredible. Best part of Dothan?
Yeah.
I think it's the best part of Dothan.
No, seriously.
Like it got to the point, like the only fun we had in Dothan was going to Target.
You like going to
like
get coffee and going
Friday
to Target.
afternoon, Friday night after work or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So where are you eating? Nowhere.
Right.
Speaking of vibes, though, we're vibes people.
Obviously.
We like a good vibe. Okay.
If the vibes are off, like whatever that meme is, where it's like if the vibes are off, like I'm out. Like that is me.
We will check out.
I will. I'll leave you behind.
Mentally, physically, emotionally checked out.
No, I will leave.
We'll leave.
Oh yeah.
And one of the places that, especially now that we're back into a bigger city, we're in a bigger city, we're back into the movies. Okay. I know we've talked about the movies a lot, but that's one of our sort of routines. We love going to the movies. So movie theater vibes. Kind of like grocery store vibes. There's some overlap there of like what you need.
Yeah.
Temperature's one of them.
Oh, temperature is very important. If it's too hot in the movie theater, I gotta go. I want to be cold there too.
Yeah. And we're like Asteroid City is lucky that we watched it.
Yeah, because it was warm. The AC was struggling.
The seats were condensation-y.
I know, like I was sweating, and it was grossing me out because I was like, "Oh, who else is sweating?"
What's growing in here right now?
Exactly.
So yeah, it needs to be chilled. It needs to be chilly. What are some other things though? Let's see. I've got that. Well, okay. Let's just talk about like this is kind of what we want out of a theater experience.
You pretty much can never get all of these things.
No, it's difficult too.
Yeah.
Now, we also, once we get used to something, we like to stick with it.
True.
So we talked about going to the dine-in theater. Vibe check. I wasn't loving it. Loving it.
No, me neither.
They did have all these elements, but it's like something was a little off. Okay.
The whole experience was weird.
It really was. Also, I still feel like I'm working off the fries and the platter of fries and tater tots that I got.
Ugh, yeah.
But anyway, so we love reclining seats to the point where we almost require reclining seats.
Yeah.
We'll bully people into going to a reclining seat theater.
Sure.
If you're going to the movies with us,
we'll be at the one with the recliners.
Yeah, we'll be at recliners. We can FaceTime you if you want to be somewhere else. But we're going to recliners.
Yeah.
We like that. You like the fact that it's not cloth.
I do. Yeah, as I've mentioned before, a public, like sharing with the public seat that's cloth, I will pass if I can avoid it. Like I want something that I know can be cleaned.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're cleaning it, but there's a prayer, you know?
So this dates back to us being in Dothan. Dothan had their smaller theater, which had literally no other element to a vibe. It was like anti-vibe in there. It was like Kmart in there. But they installed very smartly. They installed one screen with reclining seats, and that completely like we stopped going to the other theater and we only went to that one. Like we almost determined what movie we were going to watch as to, like what was going to be in that one screen with those seating.
It makes such a difference.
Yeah. Now here in Birmingham, like the theater we go to, all of their screens have reclining seats. So it's not really a problem anymore.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about like, oh, you want me to go to another theater? theater that doesn't have
and that you can't like reserve the seat.
Reserve seating, huge.
Oh yeah.
Because we are getting C1 and C2. Mm-hmm. I'll see you. I'll see you somewhere else.
You there.
But I'll see you at C1 and C2. Mm-hmm. If you know, you know.
Definitely.
I think we talked about before. You have to sit on the end.
I like to be on the
at
end.
Dinner.
Yeah.
In the movie theater.
I get claustrophobic. I feel like people can relate to that. Like I freak out and feel like suffocated if I'm in the middle. You also
never know who's going to be in C3.
True.
You never know. And I've gotten some doozies.
Yeah.
I've gotten the double child in C3 before. Mm-hmm. Like spilling popcorn over the ledge. Like not respecting
respect
the unspoken rule of the armrest. Yeah.
Like let's not hold hands, you know.
And here's the thing though. That is actually, so it's at a movie theater, but I think it's an example of a deeper problem in our society. Oh,
I know where this is going.
Because specifically in America, I haven't been to other countries, but in America, this is what's wrong with America. Like, yes. Like we've literally sold our moral compass to Satan. I would say
we made a deal with the devil for sure.
We've given up hope. We've just straight up given up.
And the fact that people are going to disagree with this. Some people love this. Some people are obsessed with this. And
the Freestyle Coke machine has ruined soda for all time.
It's horrible. Like, if I go to the theater and I see that they have that, no, I'm not getting a drink. I'm not getting a drink.
Just don't.
No.
It would be better to spend $7 on a bottle of Dasani water.
Which, that's your other option.
Like a Dasani watered down Coke.
Literally.
Because here's the problem. A Freestyle Coke machine, and if you don't know what we're talking about, it's just that big sort of like electronic touchscreen, 8,000 flavors in one machine.
We're doing
we've gone too far.
We're doing way too much.
We've gone too far. You've gone to a fusion restaurant that has too many things on the menu. You've gone to not cheeseburger. You've gone to the Cheesecake Factory.
Yes, it is the Cheesecake Factory of beverages.
Because for some reason, the Coke doesn't taste like Coke.
No.
And again, when you get a cherry Coke, it tastes like every other flavor other than cherry.
It always tastes orange.
Always tastes
like, how
orange.
many people
but then
are
you get an orange
orange?
Coke, kind of tastes vanilla. You get a vanilla Coke, kind of tastes.
Why are you getting orange Coke?
Stale.
Nothing is good.
Why is orange Coke an option?
I wish it weren't.
We've gone too far, and seriously,
everything tastes fruity.
It's ruined. It's ruined sodas.
At the movies, absolutely.
And I swear to God that Sonic has got some sort of similar setup. Sonic may have been known for their drinks in the past. Maybe we've gotten some bad ones, but I'm just saying, like the Dothan Sonic, awful.
Yeah.
Honestly, the Birmingham Sonic, like the ones we've gone to, not good either.
Mm-hmm. Not the drinks.
They all taste this. It's almost like you've gotten a LaCroix like soda
version of a soda. Yeah. I'm like, was this made in a soda stream or whatever they are? Like
it tastes okay. Get a Coke from McDonald's. Hear me out. Get a Coke from McDonald's and don't drink it for an hour.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Then put more ice in it, and that's what a Freestyle Coke soda tastes like.
Yeah, and then whisper the word orange. And then throw some vanilla in there.
It's corrupt.
And then a little bit of Diet Coke, because everything tastes a little bit diety and a little bit fruity. And that's my nightmare.
I feel very strongly about it.
Oh, I do too. That's one of the few things we agree on.
Yeah.
In our marriage.
Real quick, you threw a little like in the moment thing. I'm going to do it as well.
Okay.
Rank like your soda preference. I don't mean flavors. I mean
where to get them?
Like the channel in which you are consuming the soda. What's going to be like? What's going to be your order here?
Did you say top 5? I don't know.
No, I mean it doesn't have to be top 5, but just like
okay, my number 1, without a doubt, a fountain drink.
And we're talking about like a fountain. Again,
yes,
this is not a machine.
No, well,
a lever that's kind of like wobbly a little bit. May have been broken a couple times. We also may not know how clean it is on the inside.
I don't want to know.
And I want it to go Like, I mean,
McDonald's Coke.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want it to bite me back. I want it to take my breath away. I want to be like, God damn. Like, now that's soda. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Or if you go to like a restaurant, the bartenders.
Out of the hose.
Yes.
And it's in,
I'd say those are equal.
Cloudy glass plastic.
Those are equal.
Cup.
Same vibe.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's
number one. Yeah.
Then I would say a big can.
Oh, the tall boy.
The tall can.
Like a real cold one, too.
Yes, the tall can tastes better
from a gas station
than a little can. Tall can, then little can. And then I guess a bottle, small bottle, personal bottle.
Like a 20-ounce bottle.
Yes, and then a liter. It's the worst.
Liter's pretty bad.
Liter's the worst.
Liter's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then we're not even listing Freestyle because, again, we just won't get it.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. I think the thing with the fountain also is like that kind of ice. Mm-hmm. You're always going to get that kind of ice with a fountain. Mm-hmm. So I definitely think that's number one. I think where we differ though is I might personally go 20-ounce bottle over the can.
Really?
I think so. I also will add glass bottle just under the can.
Okay.
I do like a glass bottle.
Yeah, I just feel like that's so rare. Like I might drink one of those.
Yeah, that's a special.
Every 5 years or something.
Yeah.
Love it.
But yeah, I mean, and obviously, like as far as fast food goes, that McDonald's Coke is elite.
Oh yeah, McDonald's
legendary.
Coke, Whataburger, Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
There you go.
Whataburger's Coke Zero is also good.
Not to me, but
well, I think it's just it's the thing of like they have it. Because
Yeah.
a lot of places there's just going to be Diet Coke.
I would say love Chick-fil-A, but their drinks aren't good.
Chick-fil-A's drinks are not good.
No, it's the same problem.
I've seen with my eyes they do have a fountain, but it's tasting a little freestyly.
It is.
Somehow they taste a little freestyly.
Yeah, it always tastes watery. What is
Coke,
that?
I've never had a Chick-fil-A Coke bite me back.
No. Yeah, I want a little zing.
Yeah.
I'd be like, wait, is there vodka in here?
Like, yeah, no, it tastes too smooth. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, where's the fizz? Where's the
where's
carbonation?
the jolt?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I want to feel it in my
like
bones.
a Taco Bell Mountain Dew.
As it's depleting my bones of calcium.
Yeah. So I have no clue what the question of the week is going to be. I was going to try to come up with something live, but I can't. So just check us out on Spotify and see what the question of the week is going to be. I'll add it in whenever we edit.
I want to know everyone's opinion on freestyle machines, if you know what that is.
Okay.
The freestyle
all right,
soda
that's what I'll make it then. We'll make it.
I really want to know because I know there are a lot of people who like it and think that it's good. I'm like, have you ever been to a McDonald's? Okay. Have you?
Okay, so I'll try to word the question as like, do you also hate freestyle Coke machines or are you a sim?
I feel like it's a little leading.
Yeah, I'm kidding. But anyway, thank you for listening.
We love you.
Always thank you for listening. We really appreciate it.
We do appreciate it.
We think it's really cool.
We think it's great. And we know that you're cool.
You are cool.
And
check us out on Spotify. A lot of you do. Most of you check us out on Apple Podcasts, though. Mm-hmm. We see you out there with those iPhones. We like that.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
But also, can I just say real quick, if you enjoy podcasts, we're in your rotation. You're listening to a lot of other podcasts, and you're listening on the Apple Podcast app. Can I just tell you, go download Pocket Casts. Okay, Pocket Casts. We are not sponsored by them, but it's a superior podcasting experience. I've rediscovered it a couple weeks ago. I'm back in.
Aren't you trying to make me download it? I don't think I have it downloaded.
Yeah, I just need you to like hand me your phone. I'll download it for you. I'll like transfer all of your shows over. I used to, but there was like 6 years ago, they updated it. Whoever is in control of like the UI and like how things work, don't really listen to the podcasts.
Okay.
They just take too much control out of your hands. I got you. So anyway, but yeah, we love you listening to the show. Thank you as always.
Thank you guys.
We love that some of you have left some ratings, those 5-star ratings.
Mwah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
If you would like to, and you haven't yet, go give us a 5-star rating. If you have a friend that you haven't sent this podcast to, send it to them.
We would love that.
Thank you for listening.
Love you guys.
See you.
Bye.